Welcome friends to the Indian Administrator YouTube channel, and in this video we will be discussing about how to prepare for current affairs for the preliminaries as well as the mains examinations which are coming in few months. So if you are targeting for 2015 prelims as well as mains, then you should go ahead and check out this video. Right, the agenda for this video is first we will be discussing that current affairs for prelims versus mains. So let's go ahead and start with the next slide. So prelims, as we know, the questions in the examination is objective. In mains the questions are subjective. In prelims, I think that no notes are required if you are preparing. Only you can highlight the important points, but if you have notes, then it's good. In mains, notes are definitely required if you are preparing for current affairs, because now these, after the pattern change, the current affairs has a major part in the examination. Now prelims focus on Indian affairs mostly, like science and technology or geography or the basic understanding, but on the other side means you have to write the conceptual questions. So focus is more on the India with respect to international affairs and impact. So international affairs, like how India's economy is impacted by the various events outside India, or how India is impacting the other countries with his foreign policy by bilateral trade agreements and so on. So in prelims, awareness is needed. In mains, thorough study is needed. So in this video, if you have less time, then I will be discussing that what strategy should you follow so that you can prepare for your prelims in 1 week before the exam. And if you are serious for the mains examination, then you can adopt another strategy by which you can prepare for prelims as well as mains simultaneously. So going on to the next slide, wherein we will be discussing the shortcut things. So shortcut method, time required is 1 week. So the most important thing which you should have an internet connection, and you should definitely and daily browse this website. It's very important. It's www.pib.nic.in. So we will be discussing this website in the next slide. So let us go through some of the important resources which you will be needing to prepare this current affairs in 1 week before examination. So Wizard Current Affairs, it is a book, it is required. Vajram and Ravi Current Affairs book, new Vishal publisher. It's a summary of economic survey. It's a very small book, and in the same way they have their budget booklet as well as an yearbook. So these things are required. So let's start with the step one. In step one, what you will do is you will create a new notebook. Although you can highlight the points, but creating a new notebook will be helpful, because from the website you can also take the printouts if you have a printer, but writing the news in your own handwriting or main points will be helpful in remembering them. So you go to pub.nic.in and browse the topics ministry wise. So how this website looks, let me open up the browser and will show you. So this is the website, this is the pib.nic.in, and it has a lot of resources for the civil service aspirants. You can browse for the current affairs. Like you can see, we have the budget of 2015-16. You can even have the complete budget summary, or you can say you can have a complete budget speech transcript on the website, from where you can download and print and can handle and can highlight. So if you have missed the somehow missed the live telecast on the channel, then you can download the transcript and can read it from here. So here is the complete this is the home page of this website, and wherein you can view the latest releases here, like the speech by the President of India here. So you can get so many information by this website from various industries and various ministries, sorry. So here is this website, so you should bookmark it and you should review and read it daily for the new. You can also go to the search option if you want to search anything, and press releases is a very important tab. You should click on it for making notes, and then you will see month wise all the press releases, important press releases from the PMO's office and other various sources. So in this way you can go ahead and start making your notebook. This is a very important resource, and if you have a public administration as a subject, then it is must for you. Now going on to the next things, like you can search the important science and technology ministry news, international affairs, defense news, and some various ministries can be searched from this particular web page, right? And you have to do this thing for the 6 months. For example, if prelims is in August, coming August 2015, then you can start and browse all the news starting from January 2015, or you can, if you have much time, then you can do it from October last year. So that will make you comfortable with this website. The second step or the second resource which you can use is Wizard's Current Affairs Booklet. It is a complete summary of all the major newspapers. So if you have skipped the newspapers, then you can go ahead and just give it a read from cover to cover. You can pick up a highlighter and you can just highlight the important points in this. The very good thing about this book is, although it is a 400 pages, somewhat 400 pages, but the main positive point about this is that all the news are segregated already with the different headings. Like science and technology news will be in the science and technology chapter, the news related to polity will be in the polity section. So all the news are very well segregated, science and technology and other things, so that you can read, you can highlight, and you can revise whenever required. Now coming on to the next resource, well, this is an optional but I should recommend it. Wajiram publishes a monthly booklet for the news section. So if you have less time, you can grab all these booklets from the market, and then you can just read them from January to March and March to, so every 2 months or 3 months or sometimes monthly they print out these books. So you can go and you can read and highlight them. And with this you have to buy the three small booklets. They are very cheap. They are, I think, 25 to 30 rupees. You can buy the three small booklets, and if you have somehow not you are not making notes from the budget speech, or from if you have not read the India yearbook and economic survey, then you can just reading this will be sufficient. Now the step 4 is, you, after highlighting all these things, after making the basic points, just before exam, a week before, you should revise and give the highlighted points, read the highlighted points day or two before the exam. So that will brush up your complete whatever you have learned, and you will be quite comfortable appearing in the examination. Now this is the important one. Now we will be discussing the long terms method and means preparation method, in which you can work simultaneously for your preparation of the CSAT exam as well as the mains exam. So in some resources will remain the same and other will be changed, like pib.nic.in. I want to emphasize again that it is very important. Newspapers, economic survey, India yearbook, Indian budget, Indian news at 9, and news analysis. So let us discuss them one by one, so that you will come to know that what all are these. So in step 1, you have to create a new notebook. You have to go to pub.nic.in, and you can start with a year or 2 years data. So defense news, technology, international affairs, important events, everything will be there on this website. But remember, you have to go to this website and then you have to click on the press review, and then you can browse the news section wise and date wise. So do this for last 2 years. For example, if prelims is in August, start from 2 years before to be comfortable, and after that follow it daily till your prelims exam. So in that way you can build up a complete archive wherein all the important events you will be covering. So now the step 2 is newspapers to read for IAS. So what I recommend is you should read 3 newspapers. One is for polity, one is for economy, and one for editorials and international affairs. Well, you will say that 3 newspapers reading daily is a very difficult task, but believe me, it's not. You can read 3 newspapers in an hour if you follow a good strategy of reading a newspaper. Hopefully I will be making a new video for it, that how to read newspaper, but for current video my recommendation is that for polity I recommend Indian Express. Indian Express is a very good newspaper for polity which you can follow, and for economy any one will do, like Economic Times. Economic Times is a very good newspaper, or other newspaper is one for editorial. So for editorial, the Hindu is best, and for international affairs also. So you can opt any one newspaper in the domain and you can start following it. And how to read for, you can cut all the editorials and you can make an archive for editorials, and you can write important news or cut them. You can write it down in your own notebook, or you can scan, or you can take a photograph. These days mobile phones are quite powerful, so there is one software called MD Scan, wherein you can for this software is available for Android, wherein you can scan the news and you can just save it on your phone for your future reference, or you can take out a, if you want, you can take out a printout as well. So I think and 1 year is more than enough for this. So you don't have to read the old newspapers, or you don't have to browse the old websites or archives of the Indian newspaper. So the till only 1 year is sufficient. So now step 3, you have to buy an economic survey. If you have time, then read it all, but if you don't have time and you want to read only for specific topics, then you can watch my another video in which I have explained that what to read in economic survey. I have given the chapter wise that this chapter is necessary, this one is good, this one is good. So you can note down all the chapters that are required for the economic survey. And in the yearbook also you have to read the yearbook if you really want, but there are few basic chapters which are very important for prelims as well as for the mains, in which the major schemes are given and the performance indexes are given. So for that also you can refer to my video, another video which I have already done. You can search it on my channel, right? So in step 5, the Indian budget. In Indian budget, for Indian budget you can just download the transcript from pib.nic.in, and you can follow any one good newspaper, and you can also watch my other video in which I have explained that what to read and where to read for the Indian budget part. So after that, the step 6, which is very important and which is different, and it worked in my approach. So first, daily listen to news at 9 p.m. on AIR India radio. Well, this is very important. The radio news is the news which, if for instance if you missed reading a newspaper someday, then all the basic and all the important news will be covered in this news at 9 p.m. News at 9 p.m. radio broadcast, right? And there is one very good program just after this, wherein AIR radio team calls some specific experts from a particular news. They pick up a particular news, they call some experts, and they debate on that particular news, which is called news analysis. So you have to write down all the important points in a news analysis. For instance, for example, there was a topic of Nirbhaya case in last December, 2 years back. So what news analysis in the news analysis program, they asked some very good advocates, some feminists, and some really good judicial experts, some sociologists, and they asked them their views about the incident. So in this way they provide their insights, how the cases can be taken care of, the Nirbhaya case, what where is the lack behind in the society. And so they completely analyze this topic. So in the same way they pick up topic each and every day. So if you listen this thing for say 365 days, then you will have a 365 essays, the matter for essays in your notebook, which is very helpful. So now before moving to the last step, I request you all that some of my videos in the pipeline, and I request you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed them yet. So economics for prelims, that will be a complete course which I will be recording soon, and modern history for prelims in 3 hours. In 3 hours I will teach you the complete modern history and complete polity for UPSC, wherein I will be covering all the articles and how you can prepare for polity. Complete science course for prelims. It's a very long course, but yes, I think it will be good for the students. Some geography concepts, basically in geography concepts I will be taking up the NCERT textbooks from 6th to 12th, and sociology for mains, as my optional was sociology and I have a very good command on it. So I think I will be able to provide you the complete series in which I will be teaching first for the paper 1 and then for the paper 2. Although for paper 2 not much preparation is required, but for paper 1 I will be covering most of the thinkers and topics and all. So please subscribe my channel and spread a word. Now coming to the last step. Before mains exam, read all the collected news editorials, highlighted text and news analysis point. So this is very important. Revision is very important. At least you should start a week or 10 days before reading the material which you have gathered, the archives which you have created and the highlighted points. So by following this approach, I think you will be able to cover your essay paper, you'll be able to cover your GS papers, and you will be able to answer all the questions related to prelims exam. I hope I will be able to cover the strategy in a proper way. In case you have any questions or doubts, you can comment in this video and I will be happy to help. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel.